trampling out the vintage where the great Abraha stood. He hath loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Hello and welcome to U.S. History After School, Lesson 14, The Post-War Years. This lesson follows Chapter 28 of the totally free, totally awesome OpenStax textbook for U.S. History. If you're not familiar with the OpenStax textbook or you don't have a copy, that changes right now because a link to the totally free, totally awesome OpenStax textbook can be found in the description of this video. This video was best viewed as part of the U.S. History After School playlist. If you're viewing it outside the playlist or you're not familiar with the playlist, you can also find a link to the playlist in the description of this video. Let's just speak about the elephant in the room for a minute. I know as you tune into this video, you're thinking, is it possible? I don't know how, but does Mr. Childers look even more awesome than usual? The answer is yes, because I am wearing the awesomest thing ever, my genuine Stonewashed Jeans members only jacket. Why am I wearing a Stonewashed Jeans members only jacket? It has nothing to do with the topic of this lesson. It's because I have this awesome Stonewashed Jeans members only jacket made in Bangladesh, the Bangladeshi have been well known for tens of thousands of years for their stonewashing. I'm wearing the jacket because I have the awesome jacket, and yet I live in Florida where it is 93 degrees, 364 and a half days a year, so I have it but never get to wear it. If you're not enjoying the members only Stonewashed jean jacket, well, as soon as you start making YouTube videos about United States history, you can wear whatever kind of jacket you want to wear. But I'm making the videos, I'm choosing the jackets. This lesson covers the 15-year period following World War II. So we're looking at 1945 to 1960. This is a period of tremendous economic growth in the United States. The Great Depression is far behind us at this point. If there's an open controversy whether the New Deal ended the Great Depression or not, there's no controversy about whether or not World War II ended the Great Depression. So now, money-wise, things are better than ever before in the United States of America. This is the time period where the average American began to have TV in their home on a regular basis, and the three big networks were churning out some of the all-time classics in TV in the 1950s. Although 1950s TV definitely portrayed an idealized from a certain perspective, an idealized and sanitized version of domestic life in the United States. This is the Leave It to Beaver era. The wife stays at home with a big smile on her face, wears her pearls and high heels as she vacuums. Dad comes home from work and the dog brings him his slippers, and everybody lives happy and there are no problems. And the 50s are really a period when you hear people even today speaking about trying to recover some past greatness of the United States. They often have the 1950s in mind. And surely, economically, things were much better than they had ever been before for an increasing number of U.S. Americans. But there's a certain shallowness and artificialness to the vision of the 50s as a perfect time. To quote Cordelia Chase from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you scratch the surface, there's just more surface. Because the reality of the 1950s is that as great as everything might look on TV, or as nostalgic as people might get for the 50s, just, ask them how were how were seats on the bus and water fountain usage divvied up in the 1950s. Because this is the Jim Crow regime in the South is still going strong. There are a lot of tensions bubbling under the surface, and not much being accomplished to ease those tensions. Black Americans fought nobly and well in World War II, and came home and went back to sitting on the back of the bus and being excluded from full conscious active participation in society. So there's a lot yet to be done to remake society in this period. It's the period known as the baby boom. My students sometimes call me a boomer just because I'm old, but I'm in my 40s, not my 70s. My parents are baby boomers. A massive explosion in the birth of children in the United States. If I remember biology class correctly, that means there must have been a big bang before that big boom. But you talk to your own biology teacher for the details there. It's the birth of rock and roll. This is the age of Elvis Presley. It's also the age of mutually assured destruction and the Cold War. Our partnership and alliance with Joseph Stalin and the Soviet Union didn't last any longer than the fall of Hitler. And in the post-war years, the United States and the Soviet Union became increasingly skeptical of each other, increasingly viewed each other as rivals and even enemies, and we became committed to stopping the spread of communism and terrified of communists under every hiding under the bed in every corner. This is the Great Red Scare of the 50s, and McCarthyism, and war in Korea. There's a lot going on in this period. So, in our YouTube playlist about 1945 to 1960, here's what you'll find. You'll find Bradley Lucier's excellent blow-by-blow commentary on the OpenStax textbook, section by section, and then in between each of Mr. Lucier's videos, you'll see a whole sequence of videos zooming on various elements, various subtopics that are mentioned in the OpenStax textbook. You're in for a real treat and a real learning experience here, so I will turn it over to Mr. Lucier and then just follow the videos as they flow through the playlist, because that's how playlists work.